I'm Brianna Padron. I work with United Way of Greater Portland as a finance associate. I've been with them since January of 2018. Maine seemed like a great place with a lot of opportunity. My boyfriend and I decided it would be a good fit for us with the outdoor culture and the endless possibility for different jobs, so we just figured, why not? We have a dog named Nala. We rescued her from Animal Welfare Society in Kennebec, and she's our little pride and joy. We bring her to daycare a couple days a week at Roscoe's here in Portland. Besides that, we like to take walks on the beach. We like to try the different craft breweries around because there are just so many. The culture here with that is great. We really enjoy trying different beers and trying different restaurants. It's not too big of a city. It's kind of just in the middle, so plenty to do, but it's also still laid back. I'm Brianna. I work at United Way of Greater Portland. Come find your Maine job at liveandworkinmaine.com.
Hi, I'm Quentin Magnell, and I'm here at Quirk Chevrolet of Portland, and today what I have for you is a 2018 Chevrolet Bolt. This is one of the coolest cars on the market. It does not require gas. You have a charging station right here, and when fully charged, it could go 238 miles. People love them. I get great feedback. They're peppy, they get up and go, they have all the cool tech features that everyone wants inside. It's a lot of cool stuff with it. So come see me, Q at Quirk Chevrolet of Portland. I look forward to hearing from you.
I opened in 2000, and I was the 20th brewery in Maine then. I think we're up to 120 now.
How did you come up with this?
I actually will take credit for this one. This one was actually my idea.
I've been in the cut trade industries, and those are fun too in their own different way. But it's kind of nice to be on the nice side of things.
It's a hedgehog.
Hi everybody, sitting out here on the Kennebec in this beautiful 98-degree Maine summer day in Hallowell with my friend Andrew Silsby, getting to explore this beautiful community today.
Well, welcome to Hallowell. This is Maine's smallest city.
And it's quite the city. There's bustling storefronts and restaurants and breweries and stores.
And Hallowell has a wonderful sense of community. And you and I got to see that on Old Hallowell Day a few weeks ago. And we gave out a lot of candy bars on that particular day. And what was amazing to me is the Department of Transportation here in Maine actually scheduled their road construction, so that they could still have the parade on Old Hallowell Day.
And don't let the construction deter you from coming down here, because there are some good sights to see.
There are some wonderful establishments. It's a great sense of the arts community down here. It's a very diverse community, and I really think you're going to like it.
An echo of an echo is the semblance of a sound, and I press and I've waited with my ear upon the ground. Oh, lover, I'll see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I'll see you there, after many miles.
Is this the hill?
This is the hill, which you'll be able to see a little bit more as we get over here, but it's pretty steep. So they come right down over here and then came right through. Dump truck in the middle of the Harlow Gallery. Gallery. So Deb must be upstairs. Hey Deb, how are you?
Hi.
This is Erin O'Valley.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Kennebec Valley Art Association was founded in Augusta in 1958, and 5 years later, and they were doing shows at different buildings and organizations, starting with Coney High School. And a few years later, they decided they were ready to open a gallery for the Kennebec Valley Art Association. And so they purchased the building in downtown Hallowell, 160 Water Street, and opened the Harlow Gallery in 1963. So the Harlow Gallery, I think, is one of the secrets of Hallowell's success. And then Slates came along like 10 years later, and then the Liberal Cup came along, and it's part of the recipe and the secret of why Hallowell is such a creative and vibrant little city. He grew up in the area, so he's as local as they come. And Bruce Mayo, he owns Easy Street, which is right next door, downstairs, a very unique bar, lounge, hangout place with live music.
Is everything in here his?
Yes.
Wow.
Except for the shop upstairs. So
Yeah.
he has the full gallery, and downstairs is sort of his older work, and then upstairs is his new work. And he really, this summer, made a breakthrough artistically, and his work is just really notched up in a level. His visions sort of gelled and come together, and we're really proud of him. This show opened Friday, and we had a full house, and we sold a lot of art for Bruce. And this show is really significant for him because this is his first solo show in a gallery, so full-scale gallery show. He's shown in restaurants and bars and things before, but I don't think he's ever shown in
nice
a
opportunity.
real art gallery, yeah. It got caught up in the ice jam and went downriver.
Oh, I didn't
And it sort of was traveling, like it would move, and everyone was sort of tracking the dumpster. And it got down before the Public Works building, and it sank. So it's still there.
Wow. That's a great story.
And that's the ice jam. I think he did that the night of the ice jam, or right after, very soon after. That's a striking piece. As we have more artists and we want to do more projects, so if we wanted to do a workshop, for example, you'd have to do it in the middle of the show and maybe move things around. But in this space, we can do workshops here, and we can also, this is another exhibition space, and upstairs is the main exhibition space and the shop. So we have a lot more flexibility. We could do 2 shows at once, or we can fill the space. In the summer, we have a lot of people coming who are tourists, and they're walking by, and we realized we needed to have something in the window. So we had Ellen Gibson, who's a woodworker. Oh, she's a part of the Vaughan Homestead. I mean, she grew up there at the Vaughan Homestead. And she custom built those for us so that we could put some of the craft stuff in the windows so that people can walk by
Has it
and
helped?
actually. Oh yes,
Yeah, good.
So people walk by and see that, and then they come in, and we just have to show them where it is.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Get them in.
it's a little, so like creative problem solving. This just got dropped off today, and this is for Murals on the Fence, which is a project that the Harlow's been working with the Arts and Cultural Committee and a group called Down with the Crown to come up with ideas to get people coming to Hallowell during the roadwork project. And this has been ongoing since the very beginning. We had a couple public mural painting times at the old Harlow, at our old building, and we just filled the gallery walls with canvases and let people paint. So we had all ages in there doing that. And now we're at the point where the fence is filling up with all the murals that have been created by, these canvases went out to schools and professional artists and the nursery school, the high school, the elementary school. And so if you go up and down the fence now, as you can, because right now they won't let you in some areas, the fences on the other side are filled with murals.
Neat.
And so this one's going over there probably today. If it's not too hot, I'll hang it up.
Engaging the community while you're in a transition period.
Exactly, and for a reason for people to come, because it's something else to see, and then hopefully you'll go have lunch at the Liberal Cup or at Slates, and after looking at the murals.
So tell me about the sturgeon.
So the sturgeon jump out of the water. They're about 6 feet long.
That's crazy.
And you generally don't always see them come out, but you see them land. So I'm not sure why the sturgeon know that, but they seem to have this radar that you're looking at them.
Well, right now we're looking at the cute ducks, and how about
It's pretty safe.
a cold adult beverage?
Let's do that.
At the
Let's go to
Liberal Cup.
Let's go to Liberal Cup.
Welcome everybody to the Liberal Cup here in Hallowell, where Republicans are also welcome.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Andrew, thank you for coordinating this.
Absolutely. We're here today with Jeff Houghton, who's the owner and proprietor here.
Yep, this is my place, for better or for worse.
and a long time.
Since 2000. Yeah, it makes for easy math. Been about 18 years.
But it took a few years, you were talking
It
about,
did,
prior
it did.
to.
It took a while for people back in the day to think that a brew pub was a good idea. Here we are.
And here
18
we
years.
are.
Yeah.
So I'm eating the big fat Greek salad. That looks amazing.
And I've got the turkey club with smashed garlic potatoes.
That's right, that's right. Sure, well, the important thing is that we make everything from scratch. I mean, I figured with the beer, since we're making beer, we might as well make the food from scratch as well. And I think people really appreciate that. We don't ever order any prepared food. We make it all here, the dressings, the coatings on the fish, everything. And I think people generally appreciate that. It sort of reminds them of growing up when Mom used to make stuff, and people don't have time to do that anymore, so they let us do it. And I'd like to have a full range on the menu, everyone from salads up to hamburgers, pot roasts, sort of good Yankee cooking. Our core menu's been about the same for 18 years, and it's hard to change because everyone...
What they expect and love.
Yeah, exactly. It gets spread out pretty well. We sell everything pretty evenly. It's a broad range. For a small menu, it's got a broad range of flavors.
If it works, why change it?
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's great.
Cheers, first of all.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
We like to toast on this show.
Well, you two are drinking Bug Lager, which is actually my biggest selling beer. It's the lightest one.
Like it.
So not everyone likes all the aggressively hopped beers that are pretty popular right now. Some people just like to have an easy drinking beer. So Bug Lager is a Pilsner style, and we started off with that from the beginning, and it's been popular. We call it a gateway beer, so it gets you into the craft beer movement, not too intimidating. I'm drinking Alewife Ale, which is our standard English pale ale. Again, this is an original beer. It's been here since day one. It's a nice balanced beer between the malt and the hops. So again, nothing too outrageous. A lot of my beers, I try to serve under 5%, what we call session beers, very English, because the English do like to drink all day, but they can only do that if there's not too much alcohol in it.
Okay.
So our beers, a lot of times are 4.5%, 5%. And because of my English heritage, I put them in imperial pints. That's why we call it the Liberal Cup. It's not political,
I was
but
gonna ask you that.
it's a big pint. Cup is sort of an old word for a pint glass.
Okay.
So it's a big cup of beer. I'm glad to serve my customers a proper pint.
And your mug club, Andrew was telling me,
Yeah, you have to
is a little
earn.
different.
Yeah.
This is not, you don't pay to
No,
become
you
part of
do
the
have
Mug
to
Club.
earn your way in it. And our Mug Clubbers are very proud to be part of it because you have to drink a certain amount of beer in a year. But the nice thing about that is that you are a member of this exclusive club. You just do it once in your life and you have it membership forever. You get a nice hand-thrown mug. It's 23, 25 ounces big, so you get more beer, get some deals throughout the week.
Nice.
So yeah, it's popular. I think I'm the only one I know of that has done it that way rather than just buying a membership.
Yeah, on an annual basis.
On an annual basis, exactly. Yeah.
So Hallowell, 20 years here about.
Yeah.
Why this cute, quaint little community?
Well, I love the diversity in this town, and you can see that in our customer base as well. So it's really nice to bring all people into this building. I mean, the English pub tradition does encompass everyone, whether it's small kids running around in a beer garden over in England or an old timer who comes in every day for a pint. And that happens here as well, which is really gratifying. And it's just it's a progressive community, very artsy. Everyone's very accepting, not very judgmental town at all. I think we pride ourselves on the wide variety of characters.
This is great. Well, I would love to see you dig in, Andrew. You've been
I know.
Be careful.
on television. Well, before we wrap up, cheers again, and we got to plug your other business.
Absolutely. Oh,
Run of
thank
the
you.
Mill in
Thank you.
Saco.
Yeah, down
Maybe we'll
there,
visit-
south of Portland.
Maybe we'll visit there next.
Oh, I hope to see you there. Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm Wendy Larson. I'm at Slates Restaurant at 165 Water Street.
Okay, Erin, we're here at Slates, the iconic restaurant in Hallowell. You can't really do a tour of Hallowell without coming to Slates, and we're here with the owner and the head chef, Wendy Larson.
And 39 years, Wendy.
39.
Oldest but wisest, right? Here in Hallowell.
Definitely the oldest. I'm not sure the wisest.
So tell us a little bit about this eclectic and cool spot you got.
Well, I started it 39 years ago, thinking that I wanted to bring local food into the restaurant and local seafood, something that wasn't really around here at that point. Also homemade everything. We make everything homemade. It's homemade bread, homemade pasta, homemade ice cream, homemade everything. There's nothing that comes out of a jar or a can. I always wanted to integrate art into it. And so we have rotating art shows every month.
Nice.
A lot of the people who work here over the years have been artists or musicians and have played here, but they also do art here.
And they paint here.
And they paint. They paint the
is
table. Hallowell has a lot of live music, and we had music from the very beginning. We have music Friday, Saturday, and Monday. And in the summer, we have it on Sundays.
Great. Upstairs, downstairs?
Downstairs in the dining room. Friday and Saturday night, it's either outside, weather permitting, because we have a beautiful patio.
And lunch today, but I know that dinner
Yep.
is one of your favorites. This is your spot.
This is a great place to have a dinner. So a lot of the chain restaurants have similar menus, but everything on Wendy's menu is very different and putting things together that you might not necessarily think go together, but taste great.
And you said you get to be a little bit more creative with your dinner menu.
We do. We have a set menu as well, which is a lot of people's favorites, like tenderloin boursin and haddock with crab, the things that people have known, for 30 years. But we are very creative with our specials. Two of the other head cooks have been here more than 30 years, Amy and Rachel, and it makes me not have to be here every minute because they are me. If I'm not here, they definitely take the place. There's also
Although you were here at 7:15 this morning.
Right, I was going to say, I heard you were.
I'm trying to get breakfast going.
So you're offering breakfast now?
Yes.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and
Breakfast
brunch.
and brunch. We're open 7 days a week.
And you sleep.
Yeah, and I sleep. All the pie crusts, all the bread, all the ice cream, everything's made at the bakery.
I could just live here.
Yeah, you could. I'm telling
My
you.
bed under the bar there.
Yeah.
Well, bon appetit. Thank you.
Yes.
It's great.
Did you make this morning?
I was a part of that, yes. Said we've got to go to Hallowell. It's this great little town. It was full of antique stores and a very dirty river, I have to say. It was a long time ago. And pretty much that was what it was. And no restaurant. There was one restaurant, I can't remember the name, I'm sorry, but there was also the Wharf, which had music, and the Harlow Gallery. And the antique dealers were wonderful. They were like, I always used to say they were like cowboys, just fun-loving. It was like the Wild West around here. And Slates had opened when we came. It was called Slates. It was a bar with a little bit of food, but they were selling it. They were antique dealers, and they really didn't want to be running a restaurant. They had been here like a year and a half.
Okay.
So I came into town and I was like, awesome town, great, with such potential, but it wasn't here yet, So we were here, and the antique dealers sent all their customers to Slates for lunch, and we started building a reputation slowly, and we drew from, surrounding towns.
Oh my God. Oh my God. How do you girls work here?
Hello again.
What you doing?
Hanging up the latest murals to come in for the project. That's the one you guys saw at the Harlow.
That's right. Till next time, from Hallowell, Maine.
I just wrote back to him.
Good afternoon.
Lawyer up.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
We just came back from the Arboretum. Have you been?
I have. It's beautiful there.
Isn't it nice?
I like to go there a lot in the summer with my dogs, actually.
We were doing
Good
some
spot.
snowshoeing over there.
Oh, nice.
Time for a beer.
Yeah, we're
Very
ready.
nice.
We're thirsty.
Have you been here before?
I have. I was going to say, Tobias and I met when this was almost, what was it, early October? A month before you
There was
opened?
nothing here,
right.
really.
There was nothing here, but I have
shell.
been back.
And we did open on
Pretty
time.
amazing looking.
You
isn't
did
it?
open on
We did
time.
open
I
on
saw on Facebook.
There was some question at that moment.
It was total chaos, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was
Have you been here from the
total
beginning?
chaos. A couple days afterwards. I was transitioning from another job, so I used to work with Casey, one of the partners.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So,
what do you recommend?
well, you're here for beer, or he said yes. The top 7 beers are here, brewed right here on the premises, right downstairs below us. We do have some guest taps available. The second page, you will find a wine list as well. There's also some drink specials
We're
on the
going
back
to
here.
Circa after this.
You are? Okay, so no wine. The
Like
latest
this?
thing we currently have on the menu would be the Kresge. It's a German Kolsch. It's like a lager. It's crystal clear yellow. You can see right through it.
Great.
Very drinkable, light.
I'm gonna try The Time for Excuses is Over.
Okay. Brand new. We just introduced it Sunday.
Perfect.
Selling really well, though. What would you
And
like?
I'll do a lawyer up.
Lawyer up? Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Oh, wow.
And lawyer up.
So I'll put in a couple of pizzas for when they get the oven. But I feel like somebody you guys should pick.
Surprise. I'm never surprised.
Okay, so
Never
let's get
surprised?
let's
I
get a
am
Fort
usually
Western,
not.
and diner closes at 2.
Yeah, let me get a drink.
Cheers to us. Yeah.
Oh,
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
So things are going well? Oh, that's good.
Yeah, isn't that a good beer?
Yeah, it's
That's a
good.
great all-day beer.
Tell me I mean, I've been back since I've seen you guys, but I haven't seen you since we interviewed you before it opened.
So since we opened on Halloween, we've introduced 19 new beers.
Wow.
Which is something that has kept it fun and interesting. We've added a couple of things to the menu, a few more salads, some appetizers, still focusing on the wood-fired pizza. And we have a couple of pretty exciting expansions going on as well. I'm sure if you talked to Chris, he told you a little bit about the tanks that we added and stuff. But we're also opening a tasting room on the basement level of this building, which is gonna open May 5th. And that'll be like sort of a traditional brewery tasting room experience. 10 Kushnock taps. We're going to introduce a line of sodas that will be available brewed in-house, but available on premise only. And even lighter fare down there. So we'll do a little bit of food.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's going right up.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. They're down there working right now.
We're gonna get some video of that.
At least they better be.
Yeah. Nice to see locals coming in and enjoying what you guys created.
Yeah, we've been happy with how well the place has been received, and it's more than we had hoped for. It's more than we were really ready for, but we're lucky to have a pretty experienced crew, and we were able to roll with it pretty fast. And I would say just about 5 months in, we almost have it together. Almost
I
have
was
it.
gonna say, you're born and raised here, and this is the first brewery in Augusta, right?
It is, yeah.
It's a long time coming.
It's a long time coming for sure. I mean, I was amazed the other day. I came down on a Tuesday night. I came around from Hartford Station. The car lights are headed downtown. Every parking space is filled. I mean, it's amazing.
Good.
It's a new thing. That is a new thing.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, all right. You sure you don't want a beverage?
Thank you.
Water with a slice of lemon.
Water. All right.
That.
Oh, whoa.
Wow,
This is the diner closes at 2, and it is in honor of the downtown diner right down the street that closes at 2 o'clock. So this is, and I'm not going to give the fancy names, but it's eggs, scallions, some honey drizzle, bacon, and potatoes.
And a ricotta cheese base.
How did you come up with this?
This
This is a
actually,
dude
I actually will take
pizza.
credit for this one. This one was actually my idea. And this is the Fort Western, right, Michael?
Correct.
Yep.
And this is pancetta, mushrooms, and arugula with a
White sauce.
white sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yum.
Great. You have everything you need?
Yeah. And more. Cheers to that, my friends.
Yeah, big demand.
Yeah. Thank you. This is sweet.
So, did they move up together?
I'm really glad I started working here after I got fired at the pants store for being a slacker. They wouldn't take me back no matter how much I pleaded. So I came down to the bar for a few belts.